sub $500 in Arizona on Christmas night. Brady and the Bucs favored by 8 points against Trace McSorley, making his first start. Brew, the line is 8. It's the greatest quarterback of all time. It's the lowly Cardinals, which some people did have going all the way to the Super Bowl, but they disappointed.
Some people,
your guys
who are some of those people?
Smart football analysts. Several people. Are you willing to guarantee with your chest 100% that Brady wins this game?
I think he'll win, but I can't guarantee it.
Okay. That's basically saying he's going to lose.
Don't give me I know Trace McSorley. He lost to Brock Purdy. He lost to Jacoby Brissett. He lost to Kenny Pickett. I mean, I can't guarantee that Brady's going to – it's not so much him. This team is bad, okay? Now, I do think they'll beat Arizona. I'd be a bit surprised if they don't. But guarantee? No. Cliff Kingsbury's coaching for his life.
Well, did you read the ESPN.com article today about Cliff Kingsbury? He might just quit, they said. They're like,
Take resigning off the board.
That's what I thought. I know the whole thing was weird, but the point is, it doesn't seem like it's going great in Arizona.
No.
And the NFL and Vegas is a nice little Christmas, present to everybody. They just gave you, America, half of a 6-point teaser because the Bucs are guaranteed to win that game. Okay. You got to find the other team to tease with them, but there is. I am not sitting here acting like the Bucs are a dominant team. Do I think the Bucs are a scary playoff team? I do. And I've said that, and we don't have to have that argument again. But against this Arizona Cardinals team that is done, that is looking, that the 1-2-3 Cancun, as Barkley would say.
Right.
This Bucs, how many points do we think the Bucs need to score to win this game? 11? I would set it at 11. I don't think the Cardinals can get to. I don't think the Cardinals can break double digits in this game. I don't think that. And I think Trace McSorley against a improving and getting healthier Bucs front is one of the biggest mismatches of the weekend. And so, I guarantee the Bucs win.
The Bucs can't be 20th in penalties. They can't be 3rd in drop passes. They can't be 32nd in rushing yards. They've got to address some of these things that are just so glaring if they want to beat anybody on a consistent basis. And look, I've been in situations like this where I would have bet my house that we were going to beat a team. I remember when we were at the Jets, this is back with Parcells, we were playing the Giants, and it was like, look, there's no chance we're going to lose the game. And we got beat by like 40. Going after, because that mindset, it permeates. And even Tampa Bay, with all their struggles, is looking at Arizona the same way that we're looking at Arizona. And you've got to overcome that with your players. You've got to go in with the mindset of, hey, we're going to have our best effort to beat them. And it's hard to do that when they look at them, because all Arizona wants to do is they want to be like the Grinch. They want to mess up your Christmas.
I think they just want to get to Christmas. But my question would be this, Coach. Does it change it at all? I don't know the circumstance for the Jets the year you were talking about, but that Tampa has to win. That Tampa, if they lose this game, they all of a sudden could wake up Christmas morning or the day after not in first place in the NFC South.
But haven't we been talking about that all season? Oh, this is a game Tampa has to win. This is a game Tampa has to win. And then we come away from it like, how did they lose that game? This makes no sense. And that's been so frustrating. Obviously, I have a small bias towards Brady. It's very small, but I have that bias towards Brady, and it just it is. I would get trumpet for him too. And it's been frustrating to watch their inability to put things together that should be working at this point in the season.
Run the ball, and win the game. Well, try harder.
Just add a trace of balance, like a small element where the D-line just can't tee off every single down.
55 passes from Brady, 12 rushing attempts, and they're going to end up losing. Coming up next, it's the hottest segment. No, stay tuned.
On early tape.
No, it's not.
A teaser.
Reminder, everyone. I got my upset alert perfect last week. As I said, the Chiefs should be on high upset alert, and they could not beat the Texans in regulation.
You never said that. That's a lie. Don't lie to the audience. Don't lie to the audience.
That's not a lie. It's just a recap.
Okay.
It's just a recap. But Brew, take it away this week.
All right, you guys know I've already said the Eagles will beat the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes.
My headline for this is Minshew hurts
Okay.
Cowboys.
He loves this.
Do you get it? Minshew hurts Cowboys. That is a nice play on words. Yes.
Capital H.
Could be a great back page. I don't think Minshew plays great. I don't think we're like, oh my gosh, Minshew, wow. But I think he plays good enough, protects the ball enough to beat a Cowboys team that will play its own role in its self-destruction. So I got Philly in the upset.
Excellent.
Can we stay here for a second
Sure.
on that? What, aside from Dak's throwing the picks, aside from Dak's interceptions, what is it about the Cowboys that you think they do so poor, like the self-inflicted
I think their defense hasn't been up to speed the last few
because
weeks.
the Prince scored 4. I mean, it is the Prince. Aside from that, like, what do you? Is it possible you underrated the AFC South, the Jags and the Texans?
No, not the AFC.
Okay.
Look, the Prince was good. I'll give you that. But no, they just haven't been the same. That sack exchange we were talking about, all this. One sack in the last 2 games against 2 offensive lines that aren't that good. So that's one of my problems as well.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Saquon leaves Minnesota with a giant victory.
Wow. You
That's-
get it, guys? Giants.
Hey, did everybody get that? Nailed it. That's absolutely
I'm
correct.
rubbing off
Where are
on
my
you, Coach.
trumpeters? Come out here.
He really wants the
I'm leaving on a high note.
Okay, Coach.
Thank you and good night.
Just the analysis, Coach.
Yes. Oh, the analysis. Okay. I think so. Brian Daboll's done a great job all season long. He's done a great job not just with the team, but he's done a great job with Saquon Barkley. And there were a lot of questions on whether or not he was done, whether we'd seen his best days. And that's the way they're going to finish the season as well. I think it's going to be a creative and aggressive plan, running the football, riding Saquon. And we're not going to see what happened last week happen to the Giants if they get ahead. Now, I don't know if they'll get 33 points ahead, but I think Brian has another rabbit to pull out of his hat, Brian Daboll. And he'll get the victory.
The flip side of the game, real quick. If you were on the Vikings coaching staff, how are you feeling the day after that Colts game? Like, because I feel like there's kind of mixed emotions there.
Here's what I'll tell you is that when you lose a close game or lose any game, you feel terrible. Terrible. And if you win a game, even though there's been a million mistakes, it's great. So regardless of the fact that you have so much coaching to do to not let that happen again, and you've got so much to work on, you still feel great with the fact that you figured out a way to rally the team at halftime and do what they did. It's pretty incredible.
The comeback's unbelievable. Falling down 33 points to the Colts is a disaster.
Not great.
But the fact that they didn't give up and that they made those plays, and it's not even like they played perfect in the second half. They threw a late fourth quarter interception, and they still came back.
But it also allows you now, as you go into the future games, if you're ever behind, everybody thinks we can do this.
Oh, I like that.
So it gives you that ability to think you can pull it out in the end. It's never over.
All right, now the main event.
Okay, now it's time for the Puxatawny Phil of football to make his upset alert. And if you haven't noticed, there's been a little bit of tension in the segment between Upset Alert, which is my baby, and Nick's Picks, which is kind of like the dessert on the segment. Like, oh, this is good. Some ice cream. And Nick, although he's got a bit of a hard exterior, is a bit of a softy behind the scenes. And he was kind enough.
Look at this.
Well, you put it on social media, and he went big and got us Christmas presents. And I just want to show you. I wanted to debut it.
Okay, yeah.
I thought it's a lot, but
Yeah, that's all right. What are you doing?
it's a
here?
big
This
thing.
is about to be a gag.
What are you talking about?
That is
I haven't
very-
seen.
Okay.
You shouldn't have. I love it. I love it. What a guy.
So thoughtful.
Oh, I absolutely love it.
That
Oh,
is
my
so
God.
thoughtful.
It's like looking in a mirror, like a self-portrait. Well, thank you. I didn't even know Gucci made this. It's wonderful. But now it's time for my upset alert.
He should be out every week. That should come
I
out.
am going to pick the Patriots over the Bengals.
Wow.
And here's the simple,
That's the old wow.
simple analysis. It's only a 3-point game, so it's not that big of a leap.
But it's a terrible team against a good team. So in that way, it's a big leap.
You might be right. That being said, Coach, I am going to boil this down to two simple things. One, it's got to be Uche and Judon